While the last episode wasn't the best the show had to offer, it was by no means something I felt the season couldn't easily come back from. Sure, I would have liked it better if episode 3 was more character driven and less rushed, but what we got last week was serviceable filler nonetheless. Still, episode 3's failure to utilize its characters to their fullest potential did leave me wondering if this is the point where the quality of the season starts to dip into bad territory, but I'm not worried. All it takes is a really good episode to prove that the show's still on the right track, so let's see if Super Ninja Steel can retrieve some of that goodwill as we look at episode 4, Making Waves. The episode opens at Summer Cove Beach, where the city is holding a competition to see who can catch a giant fish named Bruiser. Victor enlists Monty's help to catch the fish and win his 50th trophy in the process, while the Rangers assist Haley's marine biologist father, Aaron. Aaron shows the teens a diver drone he made to find strange things underwater, but when he sends it up to sea, the thing short circuits when it catches something metal. Preston and Calvin retrieve the drone, just as Sarah's mom Jackie arrives on the scene, wanting to catch Bruiser as well, and after seeing Aaron's down invention, she offers to help him fix it. The two really hit it off, with Aaron asking to take Jackie out when they're finished, and while everyone else looks happy for them, Sarah and Haley are horrified at the idea of their parents dating. On the ship, Cosmo Royale announces that a monster called Doomwave has placed a tsunami machine in the waters near Summer Cove, which will create a giant tidal wave that'll wipe the city off the map. However, when the Madam activates the machine, nothing happens, at which point Doomwave reveals that the drone broke it, so Odious threatens him to get the thing up and running. At the shop classroom, Jackie and Aaron make a plan to go on a picnic as Jackie runs a diagnostic on the drone, while the Rangers put together the pieces of metal that the drone picked up. Sarah then takes Haley aside so the two can talk things over.
Haley, I think your dad is great. So's your mom. But the idea of them going on a date is just too weird, right? Yeah, I totally agree.
Hey, maybe the date will go badly.
Yeah. Maybe not. Okay, their date will definitely go badly if we give them a little bit of dating advice.
What do you mean?
Well, my mom hates exotic foods, right? But you could tell your dad that she loves weird, unique food.
Oh, I get it. And my dad gets motion sickness, but you could tell your mom that he loves rides.
Yes!
Okay, a little weird that two of our heroes would resort to sabotage, but let's see where this goes. After giving the bad advice, the girls then spy on their parents, saying that their plan was a success, but I'm more focused on why these two full-grown adults are playing in a playground. Back at shop class, the other Rangers finish assembling the bits of metal, revealing the Galaxy Warriors logo, so the teens head to the beach to see what the villains are up to. Sarah and Haley join the others as they watch Doomwave hard at work, repairing the tsunami machine, and when Badana checks on the monster's progress, the teens discover Odious' plan. Once Badana leaves, the Rangers spring into action, but while they're able to defeat the Basher bots, they don't catch Doomwave as he runs into the ocean with the tsunami machine. The Rangers decide to help Pink and White's parents finish the drone so they can find the tsunami machine before Doomwave fixes it, when we cut to Victor and Monty trying and failing to catch Bruiser. The team makes it back to shop class only to find Mick throwing away the drone, with the mechanic saying that Aaron called to cancel the project since he can't finish it alone. Mick also says that he can't help, despite the fact that he was introduced as a great mechanic, before adding that Aaron and Jackie's date didn't go well. This confuses the Rangers up until Sarah and Haley reveal their evil plan, and with Mick's help, the two realize that they made a huge mistake, saying that they need to get their parents back together but aren't sure how. Preston then says the couple will get back together if the right people ask them, leading to this.
Hello?
What are you doing here?
I was asked to come. What about you?
We called both of you here.
We need you to work as a team and fix this drone.
Us? Work as a team?
I'm afraid that's not such a good idea.
Please, Mrs. Thompson. The whole city is counting on you. Both of you.
Well, if it's that important.
Then we'll work together.
Man, you guys are the worst at keeping your identities secret. As the two get to work, Jackie and Aaron start talking, outright saying that their daughters gave them bad advice on purpose, with Jackie implying that the girls are best friends, even though this is the most they've interacted with each other in over a year. Once the drone's ready, the Rangers go back to the beach where they're met by Doomwave, who tries to stall the Rangers while his tsunami machine charges. Sarah and Haley manage to get the drone underwater while the guys take care of the monsters, and after Brody and Lee Vaden sink Doomwave, the girls take care of the tsunami machine. Cosmo causes the monster to grow, which leads to Brody calling Mick in a panic, but luckily the mechanic just finished a new Subsurfer Zord star out of flippin' nowhere to help the team. The star attaches to Aaron's drone, transforming it into the new Zord, and once the team sees their new toy in action, Lee Vaden pilots it, because he's obviously been a major focus of this episode. The others call in the Megazord, combining it with the new Zord to form the Subsurfer Ninja Megazord, and use its power to quickly win the day. After the fight, Sarah and Haley apologize to their parents, promising to stay away from their next date, and the episode ends with Victor trying to fake catching Bruiser by dressing Monty up in a giant fish costume. This episode is just a mess. Unlike the last episode, where the plot played it safe rather than go in a more interesting direction, this episode delves into brand new territory, but just has way too much going on to fully explore its ideas. The plot of two Rangers' parents dating hasn't been done on this show before, and it could have been something special if things weren't so rushed. Because the episode needs to get through the story as quickly as possible, characters will often do or say things at random just to move the plot along. Haley just kinda goes along with Sarah's idea to sabotage their parents' romance, despite it being a terrible thing to do, and it really doesn't paint the two in the best light. Part of the problem is that this is the first time we've seen the girls have a conversation with each other separate from everyone else, so it's not clear if this is how they always act or if this is just their reaction to the situation. Side note, the episode doesn't make things better by telling us that Sarah and Haley are best friends. There's also the moment where Aaron and Jackie just say they think their daughters gave them bad advice on purpose, when it would have been so easy to have the conversation lead to that conclusion more naturally. It's also weird that the two seem to be conversating with each other pretty well, even though their date apparently went so badly that they needed the Rangers to get them back together. Speaking of, this is another scene that just comes out of nowhere with no one considering that this could possibly be a bad idea. After all, the teens are the only people that know the drone's broken, and they don't even try to use the excuse that the teens know the Rangers personally. So either their parents know who they are and are just playing along, or the show's just gonna keep insisting that the team's identities are safe despite them repeatedly making mistakes like this. The rushed pace of the episode also negatively affects the Subsurfer Zord's introduction, since Mick just so happens to be making the star when Brody suddenly forgets that the team has a Megazord. At this point in the show, Zord introductions have had a very clear structure since they're always foreshadowed by the prism, so why couldn't the episode have added that scene when the team is talking to Mick about the drone? I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but the show could have extended that scene and helped with the pacing altogether if they just got rid of the Victor and Monty stuff. Don't get me wrong, their comedy here wasn't bad in the slightest, but you didn't need them in this episode when there's already enough comic relief with Jackie and Aaron. Overall, this is definitely the worst episode of the season so far. While I commend the show for using a new plot thread that could be expanded on going forward, the fact of the matter is that this episode doesn't give enough time to it since it has to cram in Victor and Monty and the Subsurfer Zord. Not only do I say you can skip this episode, but now I'm officially worried of what this season will have in store, but at least you guys can enjoy me getting angry at the show again. I'm Nick, aka IronBat1993, and may the power protect you. Please subscribe for reviews of Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel. Also check out Dino Charge reviews too, episode reviews. Also there's Ninja Go, and I've got a Patreon. Go, please subscribe.